Queen charge recall attacks are some of my favorite attacks to watch in the meta at the moment. Today we're going to watch Leo, who's going to finish off the base with the super drag variant of this. It's extremely strong, and when you execute it right, you can swag your king and your RC. Alright, here's the first attack coming in here from Leo. I wasn't kidding. We are going to be watching from his point of view today. So this is live recorded off his device. And I really wanted to show you guys this today because we get a unique perspective on what attacking is like. And you can see what he's looking for, what he's doing. You see he's got an archer and a barb on the other side of the screen. And he's scrolling back and forth. And I'm sure with that barb and the archer on the far side of the base there, he's looking to see if there's a Tesla farm by the back end multi-inferno. So queen charge on the top side here, and this is the best way to do queen charge recall attacks on box bases. You queen charge one corner near the town hall, then you queen charge the other and send the super drags through the middle. You use the flame flinger on wherever it's convenient really, and on this base it's definitely on the top side because look at the value this flame flinger is going to get, sending the giant in to look for any skeleton traps or Teslas. Queen's on the bottom side, and look at this, freezes the rage tower. I don't think maybe he didn't realize that the rage tower had already gone off, but it definitely won't go off again now. Queen gets the air defense on the bottom side, and we're going in. So we've got 4 super dragons, which seems really, really light, but if you use your warden ability well, and if you have a few spells for your super dragons like you see here, then they're going to get so much value. And I want you to watch on the bottom side here. He sent a balloon to tank for his wall breaker because the defensive queen's there and is gonna put in a lot of work. He looks up and sees he needs to do the warden ability, and then he gets the wall breaker down perfectly. And this strategy is all about the heroes. It sounds like it's about the recall spell or the super drags, but no, it is about the heroes. The super drags just got to clear most of the core of the base. Now we've got our king on the bottom side. He's forcing our queen back into the core. We need her to finish off the core that the super dragons missed. We actually just used a rage spell on the phoenix. You don't see a rage spell used for a phoenix all too often. The flame flinger's still putting in work on the top side. A beautiful back end wall break. You will need all the wall breakers in this army. That was a bit of a wuss freeze there. He definitely could have froze the eagle and the single, but he did not want to miss, he didn't want to risk missing the single, but definitely should have gone for it. You got to practice those freezes. And the first attack here, we're going to see a swag rage, a swag invis, and a swag royal champion. But this isn't even the most swag you'll see today. We're just getting started. Another box base here. I wanted to show you this attack because it's different to the first one. Not going to be coming in with that same entry that you see so commonly on box bases. Now, I'm going to say this. The last attack that you saw, that is the best way to take down box bases with any queen charge recall attack, particularly if it's an air one. But what you'll see in this attack is just as nice, if not better, but it is a lot more base specific. So queen coming in and not going to use the flame flinger, and you could probably figure out why pretty simply. There's 4 ground bows on each corner of the base. There's no flame flinger value anywhere, and the only part of the base that isn't covered by flame flinger is covered by the defensive king. But look at this. The queen goes up and she's in this town hall compartment, and we're going to invest another rage spell here because we're going to get the town hall down, well, not for free, but when we pull the queen out of here, it will be for free. And look at that. That is why we're not doing the same old entry. If you can get the town hall down with your queen, then you should always do that. And when I saw him do the delayed flame flinger, because there's no defensive king on that side of the base, I lost it. That was so cool to watch. And now we have the super dragons coming in from the side, and this is a whole lot better. They're not going to have to deal with the town hall poison. We can use that warden ability when we so choose. Got a giant tanking on the flank for our queen. You're going to see the warden ability taken any second now, because this monolith is going to start putting in a world of hurt. Perfectly done. And our queen is still chilling on the bottom side of the base. And now it's the super drags are going to clear the core of the base once again. And it's just about getting that back end multi, scatter, and RC down. Queen goes inside the base beautifully. The super dragons are running out here, but that's okay. It's not their job to take down the entire base, you know. They can get a little help from some of our other troops. Perfect wall break. Like I said, you want to save onto wall breaks in this army because you're going to need them for your heroes on the back end of the base to access everything you need them to. We're going to freeze once. We've still got so many freezes. That's the thing about Super Drags. You can just give them a couple, like one, maybe two rages and one freeze, and that's all you need. Everything else is for your heroes in this. The Flame Flinger's doing amazing work on the top side. Now, we're not going to swag a hero in this attack, sadly, but this is pretty wrecked. The only thing about this attack, and you'll kind of see it in this replay here, or live attack, I guess, is time is an issue. Now, we're going to get this done with, like, 15, 20 seconds to go. But the biggest enemy of this army is time, and you always need to be aware of the clock. GG's there, though, to Leo. If you're enjoying Leo's attacks, please go to his YouTube channel. I'll link it down in the description below and the pinned comment. His attacks are amazing. Now, he has switched to Queen Charge Twin Hog, so you won't see as much recall stuff there, but there is, like, look at it, 22 videos of Queen Charge Recall Super Drags. So there's plenty of content, no excuse not to give him a sub. Now, when it comes to diamond bases, the best policy is always try and charge the town hall. Unfortunately, that wall breaker did not blow up on the perimeter of the base like Leo was hoping for, but still, you always want to try and charge the town hall on diamonds. Now, there is going to be one diamond base in the next attack where Leo does not charge the town hall, and you'll see why I put that one in, because there are other ways you can use this army. So Queen's going to get the town hall. Flame Flinger's on the bottom side. Its job isn't to get like a huge portions of the base. It's just meant to get a few, a nice little funnel for the back end and a few defenses down. And basically, as soon as the Queen's about to die, you pull her out of there. He's just checking on his Flame Flinger at the moment. It's doing a good job down the bottom, and then we're going to place the Queen on the top side. Notice he's not placing all the healers at the start. He's only placing 4, because you can only recall 4 healers, and then you place the 5th one once you've recalled. But the Queen's on the top side, and her job's just to deal with the outside of the base, which is really handy. She won't need a lot of spell support here, because she won't be taking much damage. The brunt of that is going to be eaten by our Super Dragons. Any second now, the Warden ability, nicely done. You always want to try and keep some balloons alive in your Warden ability, because they're picking up red bombs, seeking air mines when they get further into the base. Queen is still chilling on the top side, and look at this. We've gotten through the entire front half of the base. Now, unfortunately, diamond bases are a lot of the time, like this one, split in two. You can see there's a lot of damage on one side of the base, and then there's a lot of damage on the other, and not a lot in the middle. So bases like this can sometimes get close on the back end, but this is the strength of this army right here. The back end of the base, we've still got our king and our RC to deploy. We've still got the king and the RC, so whilst it is looking a little bit difficult with the amount that's up, we've got all 4 of our heroes in play at the moment, which is just unlike any other attack strategy in the game. The Flame Flinger finally pops. We use an Invis and a Rage for the balloons and the Super Dragons, and this base is just crushed. Swag King, he will actually deploy the king and the RC. Look, I guess he might have needed the RC, but he definitely did not need both of them. So call it what you want. I'm going to call it Swag King, Swag RC, because he didn't use them till literally the last second. What a sick attack here, and this is the best way to take out diamond bases. He's going back and forth between the Slammer and the Flame Flinger here, just showing that, sometimes even the pro players need their whole 30 seconds, even a little bit more than it here, to come to a plan. Now, this is another diamond base that you see here, but we're not going to charge the town hall, and you can probably see why. He's looking for Teslas down the bottom of the base. You can probably see why, though, we're not going to try and charge this town hall. We just need so many spells, and the funnel is so difficult. So the Queen's on the top side here, just taking down a few buildings, finds the Tesla, which is always nice, just to know where they are. Did the Queen go to ability? Yes, she... Oh, she did not go to ability. Woo! That was a little too close. We have to use the Rage spell there. But doesn't look like we got much value, but you'll see why in a second, because we're going to send the Super Drags into the town hall. This is kind of like the standard hit that you see on a box base. You queen walk one side of the town hall, then you queen walk the other, Super Drags through the middle to deal with the town hall. Now, admittedly, that style of hit definitely works a lot better on boxes than it does on diamonds, but I'm going to show you it can work on diamonds as well. Queen dealing with the defensive RC, which is perfect. She also pulled the poison tower, which means our super drags are chilling on the top side, and we're using the slammer on the bottom of the base. If there's no good flame flinger value, then the slammer makes sense here, especially if you're using it by yourself. Now, you can make the case that using the drill is equally nice, but the drill will obviously pull the CC if it's with the super drags, and we don't want to have to pull the... Well, we don't want the CC pulled unless it has to be. Now, the super drags do die out a little bit here. Keep in mind they've dealt with a Tesla farm, Town Hall, Single Inferno, and look at these wall breakers. They are sick. Notice how we just placed them one after another, and they all opened up a portion of the core. King goes to deal with the enemy queen. Our RC's behind. The queen's got the entire core of the base to herself. Now, this is not going to be an overkill, but it does not have to be. Queen should go to ability. Yep, does it nice and early just to make sure we don't miss anything. Heroes... I mean, the heroes are so good on the back end of bases when there's no defensive heroes, single infernos, or monoliths left. And that's what you see with this. You don't have to take down the whole base with your Queen Charge Recall and the Super Dragons. You just need to take down all the major targets. And even if there's a lot of base left up, like there was here, if there are no major anti-hero defenses up, it does not matter. The King and RC have taken out like 30% of the base here. Our queen is still chilling. Yet again, the clock's going to get a little close on this one. A little too close for comfort. In fact, I'm not convinced he gets this. I actually don't know. I didn't watch to the entire end of this attack. Does he get it? Oh, he doesn't. I'm so sorry for misleading you. But alas, awesome attacks by Leo in today's video. I can't recommend, if you enjoy Queen Charges, try Queen Charge Recall attacks. If you like Super Dragons, you can use them. You can use E-Drags if you want. You could do it with Hybrid if you want, really, but I would recommend it with the E-Drags or the Super Drags. And that's it for today's video. If you want to see more Queen Charge Recall attacks, we've actually had Leo on the channel before, and he did Queen Charge Recall E-Drags. I'll link it on the left. Can't recommend enough that you watch it.